Peace, love, and light, everyone. I hope all is well. This is your girl, Serena Wills, and welcome. Welcome back to another segment of poetry, publishing, and literary artistry. For those who don't know who I am a self published author, a poet, a spoken word artist, and a publishing coach. I also write about health and wellness topics as well for various blogs and magazines across the country. And today we are going to talk about how you can turn your book into a class. I teach workshops not just on self publishing, but also on how to write different forms of poetry. And I also do different literary workshops as well. I do one on how to prepare for the performance, for the book signing, for the event, and walk authors and aspiring authors through that. And then I was asked one time, well, a couple of times actually, with two of my books. Crying Tears of Teal was the first book I created a workshop off of. And then this one, Artist Paradise, Piece of Life, Volume 3. This is my latest book to date. And what I did was I took the audience on a journey of what this book was about, um, what it took me to write my book. So it's always great to start the workshop off with what is the book, okay, and what is it about? And before I get started, shout out the cover art credit here goes to beautiful artist Ricky Johnson Atkins. Please look her up on Pretty Ricky, and Ricky spelled Riki, Pretty Ricky Art on Instagram. And a beautiful artist and wonderful friend. And so, Artist Paradise. This is the third volume in the series of Pieces of Life. And I basically encapsulate my love for the arts into one book. Okay, so this could be multiple books, right? So I really looked at my experiences from being a little girl, watching my mother um, dance in a West African dance company called the International African American Ballet. Shout out to them. And I walk people through this trip from me being a little girl to a teenager, riding on the New York City subway. For those who don't know, I'm originally from South Jamaica, Queens, New York. Shout out. Even though I live in the DMV area, which is the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, but I am a bona fide New Yorker. Okay. And what I used to see on the subway, there's never a dull subway ride. Never. So dancers, rappers, poets, people performing on platforms and trains. And then as an artist coming into my own and communing and collaborating with other artists and painters. And what did that look like? So this book really walks people through um, what the book is about. So it was great that I was asked to turn my book into a workshop, and B, now I had to sit down and figure out what that was going to look like. So when you're writing your book, you're publishing it, don't look at it as, well, don't ever just say, oh, it's just a book. No, you created a book. You created a masterpiece. It takes a lot to not just write the book, but to publish it. So I tell people that my book is a live artistic showcase intertwining poetry and pages. So then I walk participants a little further, right? We talk about the why behind the book. So I'm giving you ideas. If you have a book out there, so you know I can really turn my book into a class. So I talk about the why and the what you will find in the book. This piece is also by Ricky Johnson Atkins. The beautiful artwork. If you live in Dallas, I'm not sure if it's still there, but I think this is in Deep Ellum. Yeah. So I talked about growing up and sharing my experiences in the arts, um, how this book exposes people to various genres of art. It's going to awaken something in you, whether you're an artist or not. So when you're walking people through the why behind your book. Invite them in. Invite them in. You know, it's a journey. Um, they want to feel like they're inside the book with you. And for those who, as we know, there's been a lot going on in the world. People need a fresh awakening. So this is what this book is going to do. How others will view the arts, and their journeys. So you might be an artist and it's been dormant for a while, or something else inside you is talking, and you're like, I don't know if I want to try that, or I'm a little afraid I haven't done that before. I will say I'm going to put it out there so people can hold me accountable. Okay. Many years ago, I used to take pottery classes, and I have not done pottery class in a long time. So this year, in my 50th year, I am 50, y'all. I turned 50 earlier this year. Um, I I said, there's a couple of things I want to get back to, and one of them is pottery. Yeah. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. So something reawakened in me when I turned 50. Um, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get back to doing that. I introduced various poetry forms in this book that I have never, some I have done in previous books and some I have never done before. For example, this is where the infamous triptych. If you don't know what a triptych is, there's a segment on a triptych. Pantoum, metaphoric poems, narrative poems, haikus. I introduced, it was my first time ever writing haikus, triptychs, and pantoums, and they're all introduced in this book. There's creative blank pages for those who want to write in my book. So I really walk people through my book. There's various collaborations with artists, painters and sculptors. So inside my book, so let's say you have a children's book. Let's say you have a coffee table book with lots of photographs in there. You can walk people through the book. You can actually put up some of the images of the book, into your workshop. And this way, you're giving other authors ideas. These are aspiring, some are aspiring authors, some are published authors, and say, hey, I want to put some imagery in my upcoming books. For me, I love to mention different organizations and causes in my books, and list artists so people can find out more about the different organizations, artistic organizations, and artists that are out there. And I'm hoping to spread inspiration. So when you are teaching your class, you want to inspire, authors and just people who just want to come to listen. Some people may not be writers per se, but they're looking for inspiration. That's why some people sign up for your classes. They're like, you know what? I've been putting this on the back burner, or I didn't think I could do this anymore, and I'm going to do it. Your class really inspired me. So you want people to walk away from your class feeling that. Also in Artist Paradise, I talk about the artistic process of putting this book together. So you can use this period, when you are teaching a class, whether it's about the book you put together, whether it's about you're a photographer and you're out there and people are like, how did you go out today and all these images you took a picture of? What's the process? What's the journey look like? So you want to take people along the journey with you. I tell people the first draft was done in 2010. Read that one more time. Okay, the first draft was done in 2010. There were a few poems, quite a few poems in there. Some were not completely finished, some were. I wrote a lot of poems between 1997 and 2010 about the arts. Um, when the pandemic hit, I was like, I'm going to sit with this book. It's been shelved for too long. I have lots of books in my laptop, lots, but it's time to dust it off and bring it to fruition. Let's birth it. I learned with every book, it's a marathon, as I always tell people. You do this at your own pace. So throughout the years, more poems came to me throughout the pandemic. Lots of poems came to me. The ones that were incomplete were now completed. Um, I learned about different forms of poetry, triptych, pantoum, how to write haikus. And I put that in this book. And I was like, okay, I didn't know. I mean, I knew about haikus before. I never thought I could write a haiku. I carved out much needed time to finish this book. So between 2020 and 2023, I really carved out the time needed, put a pin in it, and was like, this book is done. I listened to my audience as well. Because this was my fourth book. So everybody was asking me, not everybody, but quite a few people. They were like, hey, Serena, are you going to do an audiobook based off of this book or any of your books? But they were particularly asking about Artist Paradise. They said, you talk about all from dancing to poetry to singing to sculpting. Can you please do an audiobook? So I listened to my audience and I did an audiobook. This was actually the first audiobook I recorded was Artist Paradise. Then I backtracked and did reconstruction. This beautiful, it's with, I think it's with pencil. This piece of art is done by Diamond Tanaya. Please look her up on social media platforms. She's amazing. She's mainly on TikTok and Instagram. She's on Facebook a little bit, but I met Diamond Tanaya through in the pandemic through a friend, and I asked her, "Would I would love to collaborate with you and have a couple of your art pieces in my book." So the imagery of the woman was already drawn. What she did was she added a microphone, and the particular poem that it goes with goes hand in hand. So I just wanted to invite y'all into Artist Paradise. I wanted y'all to, learn that you can create whole entire classes and workshops on your books, y'all. And you can do this as a resource. I know authors, and including myself, where we have taken these classes and now we're teaching them at high schools, or it could be a middle school, or if you're a children's author, you can break out the children's book into segments and teach it at an elementary school. You could teach at, your local community college or university. So really take your book and really run with it. And it could be your book, it could be a class, it could be an audiobook, it could be an ebook. Um, and you could really just really run with this. So I hope that inspired someone today. This is the process, well, part of the process, part of a class I created on Artist Paradise. And I invite you to my website, serenawills.com, SerenaWills.com, where you can learn more about workshops. You can follow me on social media. That's where I announce quite a few workshops and classes as well under Divine Right, DIVINEWRYTE. Don't forget that Y, y'all. And Facebook's a little different. Facebook is backslash Serena Wills, SerenaWills. So be inspired, and know that you can turn your book into a class, into a workshop, and you can do it for all your books, right? And see who else you can inspire. All right. Do not hold it to yourself. Inspire someone today. All right. So many blessings. Take good care. I hope to see y'all on those social media streets, or you could connect with me through my website. I have a page where you could connect with me on serenawills.com. And that's my time for today. Take good care, everyone, and one love. Bye for now.